What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Jobbers and Goons, and today we're talking about something Marvel premiered, something they've been hinting at. I've kind of talked about in other videos, but it's a really huge update, and I'm all for it because I personally, this character's really grown on to me after I've read all his stuff. Knull, the King in Black, is returning, and this shit is about to get real in Marvel. Real quick before we get into this, though, make sure to smash the like button. 200 plus likes would be absolutely amazing. The more likes and comments we get, the more my channel grows. We're trying to hit 30k subs and grow from there. It would be absolutely amazing if you joined us on our journey, as well as hit the notification bell to make sure you don't miss any of my content. I try to at least daily or every other day, and upload times will be between 12 to 6 p.m. Sometimes if I do a double header like I'm going to do today, the second video might drop later, but still check in definitely once or twice a day. But if you have the bell on, you don't ever have to check in. It'll check in for you. But getting back to this, let's talk about Knull, right? Because him coming back is a huge deal for multiple reasons. For one, I am going to be dropping a video covering the new Carnage run. The reason I'm doing that, and part 1 will drop tonight covering the first, I think I'm going to cover 7 issues. It's an important run due to Carnage discovering the innate power of Knull and everything connected to him. So during the King in Black storyline, when Knull was invading Earth, he was getting his get back on creation. His power, for the first time to a lot of characters in Marvel, was finally felt. And the symbiotes literally being weapons of Knull, coming from Knull, being connected to Knull. When Carnage finally got reconnected to Knull and felt the power, the symbiotes had never felt power like that. And Carnage straight up compared it to God. He said, that is the power of God, and I want to pursue that. So Carnage is, as a symbiote, trying to pursue godhood, essentially. Kind of like Venom achieved when Venom became the god of light and was able to help bring down Knull. Literally, this power created by the Beyonders and the Celestials to help fight against beings like Knull. The Celestials in Marvel being revealed, capable of creating characters like the Beyonders, able to stop wars that extend to a narrative level. A bunch of extreme, heavy-duty scaling right there, right? And the things we forget, and I believe this was because a lot of people had mixed reviews on the King in Black storyline. Some liked the way it played out, some liked who the major players were, who weren't. But I feel like the storyline and how it's perceived gives a twisted image on just how powerful Knull is. He's a lot stronger than people think, and I want to get into why his return is so crazy because of that. Knull is a being that's been around since before creation existed, before the narratives could be destroyed in the Celestial War, before creation could even be a thing. Knull was there. And when the light of creation dawned, that's when the Celestials discovered Knull, and they actually tried to use him as a valuable weapon in an upcoming war. Obviously, he wasn't going for that. He even caught a body immediately on a Celestial, splitting its throat. He also has constructed weapons capable of killing and controlling Celestials, but circling back to this, he's literally been one of the biggest archetypal creatures since he was introduced. In fact, it literally was shown at one point, before everything, even the gods were the eldritch primeval beings. These beings included Mother Tempest, Black Winter, who fucks Galactus. I know a lot of people do that, but just saying. Galactus is supposed to be strong. Black Winter's his OG. He's even above stuff like Ragnarok. You then have the Phoenix Force, and then you have the King in Black. All 4 of these beings existing on the same level is absolutely insane for Knull, because this would scale him to someone like the Phoenix Force, who it literally states they would continuously fight, and like almost like an endless cycle before creation actually began. And these beings going back and forth is absurd to me, because Phoenix Force literally just fought the Beyonder. Beyonder said he doesn't scale the Phoenix Force. Blue Marvel, who could fight Beyonders, at least their matter bodies, didn't really scale much to Phoenix. God of Stories Loki wasn't really sure. And the fact he's connected to the Kabbalah or the one above all life tree, like, the Phoenix Force is fucking insane. And for Knull to scale to that, for the King in Black to be held in the same primordial essence in the same tier as the Phoenix Force, that's crazy. That's absurd. So all this power, you know, he was able to split the throat of creation with his weapons. It took Cosmic King Thor battling him, the God of Light Venom, a power literally kept to combat someone like Knull. And if that power is spread out at all, it won't even help fight Knull. He's back. And the reason this is crazy, because even someone like Carnage, who is trying to pursue something he compares godhood, like it's actually being a god. That's what Carnage calls it. He compares that to Knull, right? But he doesn't compare power like Malekith. Malekith, who's literally like held power of oblivion, of absolute darkness, could shake all the 10 realms of World Tree. Everything was insignificant to Knull, according to Carnage. Including Hela, who Hela in issue 8 of Carnage says she doesn't think she scales to Carnage. If that's insignificant, if being above Hela, if being above everything symbiotes have felt, Thor, they felt characters like even Galactus at one point, Gore, all these things. But they don't feel significant compared to Knull. That's an absurd degree of power. I mean, it just accompanies everything else we're putting together so far on the lore of Knull. So we take all this into account. And then we proceed into looking at how Knull is going to be crazy returning to Marvel. For one, in the preview, it shows him standing over the skull of All Blood Carnage. This Carnage can punk Malekith. Hela says he scales above, like, even early on in the run by issue 7, that he has scaling like that. And for him to be portrayed just casually one-shotting, I mean, it makes sense because it's a symbiote, but Jesus, the power of Knull is crazy. On top of this, we have the run of gods returning, with gods supposed to be representing the battle between the powers that be and the powers that are, right? Like the real powerhouses versus powerhouses we ain't know about. So we're going to see some crazy shit pop up. We're going to see the previous established hierarchy be challenged. We're going to see previous powerhouses in Marvel be challenged. And Knull returning to that, I'm curious to see what side. I would think they'd put him on the challenger side, like challenging the natural order of things, because Knull's a newer character. But either side Knull joins in this battle, it's going to be crazy. Like, Knull is going to be a wild amp to whatever part he plays in the upcoming Gods run, which I'm assuming he will, given they're bringing him back. So I am curious to hear in the comment section down below, what do you guys think of Knull as a powerhouse in Marvel? Do you like Knull? Did you enjoy his stories so far? Do you enjoy his lore? For me personally, when Knull first dropped, I wasn't the biggest fan of his character. I thought it was kind of hard to keep up with King in Black. Like, you had to go to so many different storylines. I almost would have wished they had their own rollout for it that was a little more cohesive. On top of this, there's so many, like I said, so many runs before that you have to go to pick up like Easter eggs and tidbits. It's a lot of work. Once I finally got everything for Knull in order, though, I really started to appreciate his character, and I definitely do now. And I used to actually underestimate him on the power side, but I see how strong he really is now. But anyways, guys, let me know what you think of the return of the King in Black. Coming soon to comics. I'm super excited for it. I'm glad to see Knull back, and hopefully he plays a massive part in the upcoming event of Gods. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. It's been your boy Jobbers and Goons. Make sure to check out all my recent videos. I've been updating things going on with Spider-Man. I interviewed a DC writer about current scaling and events in DC. Go check all that out. Thank you guys so much for the love and support, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.